Hello again everyone, welcome back to another episode of Landric Plays Hand of Fate 2. Last episode we did the Chariots quest, which involved fighting our way through a city full of corrupted, horrible zombie things and saving as many civilians as we could. And, well, you know, as always, we passed with flying colours, we saved all the civilians, we killed all of the zombies, it was great. And we unlocked a whole bunch of new equipment and events, and we're unlocking them at such a rate that actually we might end up having to go back and replay some of these just to find out what all of those events and equipment do for us. But I think as we progress we're going to come across harder missions that might take a couple more go-throughs. We may not be able to defeat all of them on the first go, and we'll see if that's going to be one of them this time. So the next one is the Strength card.
The Empire is falling apart. It even turns against itself, even as it destroys the world around it.
Stealing half of an ancient relic from an ogre has left you dying and cursed. Oh good. Gear up and claim the other half of Odysseus' charm. So start with 10 life. Eating food does not heal. Draknar the Mighty. A high defense will help reduce damage from the ogre's devastating onslaught. Dice. There be dice. So I think that means we want to bring the Wanderer with us, because he gives us bonus dice. That might mean we want to bring the Hoarfrost Trial with us, but last time that just, well, it meant we took a whole bunch of damage, and if we're starting with only 10 health and food doesn't heal, I think trying to overcome that is probably a terrible idea. So these are brand new cards with tokens, I guess. These are new cards with what are they called? Fragments of tokens. Let's grab one Drunken Knight just because that sounds pretty fun. And then I guess we'll have a look at the token ones. So grab the Alchemist, follow the Goblin. We can't do this because it requires Estrella the Soldier. Trading House, Devon's Cottage. Still don't know how to get through the Deadly Forest. But, and yeah, given that we've only got 10 health right to start with, something that helps us lose life, probably not a great idea. Market Thief. Well, can be a dice roll, so I guess we'll try that. And Rest in Iron Peak, let's do that as well. Gain life and gain max life could be really useful. Pauper Dilemma. We'll get the arm wrestling.
You like that one, don't you?
Yes, we do use this quite a lot just because it's relatively easy and painless and is almost guaranteed to give us some gold. Take the Winter Solstice as well. The Winding Trail, even though I suspect that's just a combat encounter. Ooh, Payment Due. And Street Fighter. So these don't have tokens on them, but they might turn out to be good. Alright, let's do that. Do we want to take a Platinum card with us? We haven't taken a Platinum card with us. Oh, and we can take 3, so we could just take like all 3 of these. I seem to remember there was something where we could... oh wow, we have a huge amount of cards, don't we? There was a combination of the Old Maiden and the Shrine that would actually be really useful to us. But we've got so many new cards that we want to explore. Okay, we'll get rid of this one. We'll take the Shrine. We'll take... where is it? Maiden. Take the Old Maiden. And that was it. This gives us a blessing, and the... wherever it was. The ritual, the pagan ritual one, that required a blessing. So maybe we can sort of start looking at some of these cards in combination rather than just which ones we like best. So with that in mind, let's ditch these 2 as well, and do that as well. So we'll grab that one, and where is it? Is it all the way over here? I feel like it's all the way over here, because I think it's got a token on it, doesn't it? Yes, there we go. Alright, we'll go with that. It also can give us max life, which is, you know, always good. And what are we facing? It didn't say, it just said defense is good, so... oh, that's a good point. Does the Chieftain's Axe come under here, or does it come under equipment? Stun Defense, Berserker's Creed, still don't know what that does. Frontier Barbarian, Felvin's Fate, let's grab that. Mask of Holy Fortune. I feel like that'll involve blessings or something. Grifter's Companion, don't know what that does. This gives us maximum health for, yeah, more blessings than curses. So actually, let's grab that as well. And then I guess we'll get some, well, we'll want some armor to start with, obviously. I guess we'll just take a shield. And the Marksman's Blade, and don't know what Empire's Burden does, So let's grab it and find out. The same for this. Berserker's Creed. The Cry of Victory. Anything else? I suppose this. And we'll get the Exquisite Blade and the Cardinal Blade. We'll sort of aim for swords and shield combo. And what do we want from the start? So I guess max life might not help us. I don't know whether it counts as sort of initial health. What does the Chieftain Axe do? Okay, we don't know. We could bring it with us, but it does a lot of damage. But I think as we're sort of planning to get swords, let's go for this. And can we just take the Healing Spirits? Is that cheating? Oh, we can take 3, so let's take that, that, and that. I have a feeling those Healing Spirits will probably not work for some reason or other.
It seems you too are hasty. Here is our evidence of your eagerness to leap into difficulties you cannot face. You must know yourself, hone yourself, sharpen your wits and your sword against the challenges ahead.
Well, sharpening the sword I can certainly do. Okay, 90 life right from the start. The bitter taste of blood is the first indicator that you're still alive. Blind and disorientated, you make out a voice calling to you. A pair of strong hands shakes you upright. Your vision steadies and Kolbjorn's somber face swims into view. What happened? Kolbjorn gestures you to be quiet. He presses his back up against a boulder beside you and grimaces, holding his side. As your head clears, a booming voice echoes out from deep in the foggy marsh. Oh, where have you crawled, gasted mice? Let your insides be gut and bones be crushed. You peer around the rock, and from the mist steps an ogre, 3 times as tall as a man, and with a lumpen, vicious face. His one good eye darts about wildly as he surveys the area, hunting for something, presumably us. The ogre grunts and scoops up a broken, shining trinket from the ground, splashed red with blood. Ruined with your dirty blood, wretched cut purses. Riven in 2, his great hideous face turns red. If thou listen here, I will find the twin, then I will eat thine eyes. The ogre lifts his club and smashes a tree trunk in anger. The tree creaks and crashes to the ground as Draknar the ogre turns and disappears back into the mist. Okay, blimey, dramatic start we got there. Kolbjorn grimaces as he holds his side, attempting to hide the severity of his injuries. Here, you are injured. Eat. He throws you a medicinal herb bun. Weak to your bones, you gratefully take a bite. And it turns to ashes in our mouth. So, we skipped that dialogue by mistake, but I'm pretty sure it means it doesn't heal us, and yes, we have a curse. While holding only half, food does not restore life, and this card cannot be discarded. A stab of hunger hits your stomach. There is only one thing for it. You must steal back the other half from the ogre that almost killed you. The closest town is Drapier, Kolbjorn whispers hoarsely. We cannot hope to defeat an ogre now. Alright, let's make our way back to town then, but let's explore a little bit first. Hey, it's the old maiden. So we get max life, and that does bring up our normal life as well. Unfortunately, we don't get to help her.
And here is your reward, at least in potential.
So we haven't visited the marketplace in Iron Peak yet, so let's do that and see if that helps us unlock the token. The marketplace is large enough to house many stalls. As you wander through, you note many are vacant. Few people seem to choose the risk of shopping in such a public place these days, and those that do never linger for long. A quiet man attempted to sell an unusual assortment of oddities. Spy the statue. Just holding the small metal figure makes you breathe easier and fills your limbs with vigour. Hey, more life. As you turn to ask how much gold you owe, a supernatural chill travels up your arm and freezes your heart. Spoiled goods. Food received from food gain cards is halved. Okay, good. Oh, that's right, he gives us cursed things, doesn't he? Sorry, stranger, the stall owner says, suddenly packaging up the rest of his wares. But I stole these from a particularly vengeful warlock, and his magic prevents me from just throwing them away. Good luck with that one. Thanks. The man kicks over the table and flees down a back alley.
Well done.
But we get the token at least. We're now familiar with the town of Iron Peak, so presumably this means we can go after the poison
have other
prince.
skills beyond violence. Yet, if there's one thing that the usurper has taught me, it's that violence can sometimes answer questions that otherwise have none.
To the right, you make out a group of Empire brigands, so we get to choose. We know the safe path. Who do we fight? Thieves or brigands? Let's fight the brigands. we haven't actually got a weapon suitable for either of them. We'd either need a heavy weapon or a light weapon, and we've not. We've got a medium weapon, so I guess we'll go for the one that's less bouncy. We can just bash the captain's face in, and that should be enough. And he is all by himself. I thought he'd have like some sort of retinue. Command falls on the head of those who are loud, brash, and fortunate. Captains wear armour, blah 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 blah. Oh, whoops, can't block that.
We will finish this.
So every health point counts at this point. So we really do need to be as careful as we can be avoiding his attacks. Especially attacks like that. And like that. There we go. Now with his armor gone, we can pretty much just wail on him with what's the word? Without worry. There we go. Captain defeated. So he did take a little bit of damage, but hopefully nothing too major. Brigands defeated. We noticed they were guarding some equipment hidden off the path. Hey, we can roll the dice.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Do we want... yeah, let's accept an extra die. It means Colbjorn won't be able to help us next time, but it means we're virtually guaranteed to succeed. And that means
Well
we get
done.
Much needed
you
equipment.
continue to impress.
Okay, so this specifically does extra damage to the Empire. Okay, so we'll do that. And that's a good point. We can... we should camp and use our healing
Gather
potion before I
yourself
forget.
before you travel further.
So in fact, let's just use all of this, because we're not going to be using it in combat. So we might as well put as much of a buffer between ourselves and death as we possibly can. And in fact, we're basically half health now. Oops, swamps everywhere. Ah, okay, perhaps we needed Colbjorn for this one. Ah, or perhaps not. Excuse me. There we go, back on the path. We can make our way into town.
Push forward towards your final confrontation. Too many words obscure the actual truth of the matter. Sometimes simple actions tell all.
Approaching Draper's gates, you notice a woman of enormous stature dressed in a blue tunic and leather apron. 3 smithing hammers hang from her waist. Blimey. The woman rushes forwards and embraces you, burying you in her chest. "The gods be praised," she cries. "I thought you'd surely be dead." She releases you and looks you up and down. "Look at you," she says before you can get a word in. "That foul beast didn't hold back now, did it?" She whips around to face your companion. "Colbjorn," she bellows. "I thought I told you to keep him out of trouble. I warned you about Draknar, and look what's happened. You should know better than to steal from an ogre." Colbjorn wanders past the fuming woman and down to the river to fish in peace. As she pauses for breath, you seize your chance to interrupt. I feel like this is quite rude, asking. She's Adrienne. Anyway, the blacksmith's daughter, she says, surprised. "We met at the Black Ale pub the night before you set off to steal Odysseus' charm. I almost broke your wrist arm wrestling. Do you remember?" She pokes at the broken ornament gingerly. "Forgive me if I don't take it. The curse of Odysseus' charm only affects the wielder. If it makes you feel any better, the ogre is probably starving now too. From the look of his silverwork, this is an old relic indeed." Draknar, or Draknar the Mighty as he is known, has lived in these parts for an age. "Many have tried to fell the beast before you two misfits, that's for sure," she explains, "but few live to tell the tale. The ogre is notorious for ambushing travellers and traders alike. Not even Empire soldiers are safe in these parts. Accumulated a wealth of treasure plucked from his victims, including that cursed relic you have now." She shakes her head. "One blow from Draknar's club would crush you. You won't survive it unless you get a good set of armour on you. Increase your defence." Okay, so that's going to be sort of the secondary quest is this. We've got to get up to 60 defence. "Come see us. We'll sort you out with some good and proper armour." Okay, excellent. "The piece of Odysseus' charm weighs heavy in your pack. You wish to fling it into the mire, but some strange magic stays your hand. Starving and injured, you rest a while in town." So yeah, this doesn't actually help us either, because we don't have the blessing that we need yet. Oh well.
It is not too late to plan better.
Countless jars and obscure artifacts clutter the room. On a central workbench, a peculiar glass beaker simmers over a flame. Ah, I see you found my laboratory then, a voice exclaims. From behind a pile of dusty books, a robed figure emerges, clad in a pointy hat and a pair of thick spectacles. He smiles. Here to create the elusive elixir of life? That would actually be kind of handy. Or perhaps it is gold you desire. All is possible through alchemy. Alas, I have yet to prove that such things are indeed possible, he explains. No matter. Would you help assist me with my experiment? Yes, we can help him. So we have to mix these potions together.
Here we see yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
Okay, so I suspect we're going to want all of the red things if we want to make an elixir of life. Okay, I guess we're going for yellow things, which I guess is gold, and then blue is fame, I suppose? A potion of fame. Okay, so the yellow beetle is gone. Let's see if we can get the yellow mushroom. Okay, 2 yellow things. Remarkable. This is looking promising. Now pick one more. So if we had Malacalypse, he'd be able to help us with this, or at least he'd be able to... Oh no, we got the blue one. Gingerly, you add the blue beetle to the flask. The mixture changes to a dull green. The mix of ingredients seems a little unbalanced. Too many beetles, perhaps? The alchemist says as he picks up the flask with a pair of metal tongs and carefully pours the liquid into a small vial. He inspects it closely through his thick spectacles. Yes, and the colour lacks some purity, but I dare say if my calculations are correct, a swill of this liquid will provide you with as much sustenance as any meal. Okay, so we get 5 food, but it gets halved, so we get 3 food. No elixir of life, but it'll do. Okay, so we don't get the token. Almost. Well, we almost got gold, perhaps not the token. And while food doesn't heal us, we still have to eat. Okay, more monsters in the mire. Let's fight the bandits this time, why not? I suppose we could have gone with the trappers, but they always annoy me because of the stuff they throw. We've got to be careful about their unavoidable or undodgeable attacks, rather. Not undodgeable, unparryable attacks, like that one. Ha! Dodge. At least there's less of them, or at least I assume there's less of them. Dodge that, and then stab it. Perfect. Oh, could have parried that. Could not parry that. We're all very rolly and jumping bullets today, aren't we? Very low on health right now. Whew, okay, again took more of a beating than I think we should have, but we came out of it okay in the end. So what do we get for our trouble? That's the question. Well, nothing at this rate. Let's re-roll these. We only need one more. Fine, just give it us. We're guaranteed to get it. And of course we roll a 6 with his dice. We got a cry of victory, yes, let's hang on to that. That'll help us do more damage and take less damage. What's in here? Street
Brawling on the
fighter.
street for money. These are actions I'd expect of the usurper, but from you, I had hoped to see better.
An old man with few remaining teeth notices your interest. Fight the Northern, fight the Thieves, fight the God, fight the North. Remember that your purse, if you survive, will depend on how quickly you beat them. Let's swap out this for the Empire's burden. And let's fight the Empire. I feel like this might be cheating. You point out the Empire guards nearby who are betting on the fights rather than arresting anybody. We'll beat them up with our magical artifacts, which are probably, you know, cheating in a bare-knuckle brawl, but the only rule is that there are no rules. And if it helps us defeat them faster, so much the better. Okay, didn't actually do that much damage to them. We've got plenty of uses left, so we'll just wait for it to recharge, and we'll see if we can get them to all group up again. Whoop. Slightly unfortunate. Okay, at least we managed to parry that one. pretty sure if we hadn't used that healing potion artifact, we would be thoroughly dead by now. Chuck another one, because I don't think we're going to be using it for much else. So we might as well use it to win some gold and try and avoid whatever damage we can. Ah, come on, we dodged that one, that's not fair. Smash the rest of your armor. And use that as a special attack. Oh, no. Taking far too much damage here. Oh dear. At least we avoided that one. We are getting worryingly close. But we made it out alive. Hopefully we'll get some gold and we can use that to buy some healing potions later on. Good technique, but no style. We get some fame. And we get some gold. And some equipment. So that'll help us get the defense. Interesting, what does this one do? Optionally remove a card from each wheel gambit. Interesting. An enemy is randomly highlighted. If that enemy is killed first, gain +5. Oh, okay, that sounds very good. And what's this one do? Nudge the result onto the next card. That'd be really good as well, but this one, because of the defense and because of the life, and because we can actually wear it, that sounds pretty good to me.
But will it be yours? Who can say?
And we get another one as well. Marksman's Bane. Extra damage to the Empire. Critical strikes. Does more damage. And it's got a token on it. 15 projectiles from the Empire enemies with a shield that can reflect, so we don't have one of those, but still, it does more damage, which is always good. Onwards. We need some more food soon or we're just going to starve to death.
Perhaps you can gain the tools you need for the road ahead.
Column of smoke and the clang of metal are the first signs that you're in the right place. As you round the bend, you see the forge outside the gates to Blackwater. You spy your new acquaintance, Adrienne, assisting a blacksmith on the bellows. Ah, there you are, she says with a smile. She removes her gloves to wipe her brow. These are the two I was telling you about, Anders, she says to the blacksmith. I almost broke this one's wrist in an arm wrestle. So I hear you're out to fight an ogre, the blacksmith says. My speciality is improving armour and helms and the like. Well, let's upgrade our helmet then. Yes. You hand the smith your helm and he begins to examine the item thoroughly. Yes, I can certainly improve this, but it will take several days. Okay, so we're going to give you this. Alright. So we actually lose that helmet for now, which is a bit of a shame.
You must be ready for whatever will come. The usurper will give us no warning.
But presumably when we get it back, it'll have a bunch of extra defense, which will be quite useful for us. That extra life that we would have gotten from its special ability would have been nice, though. Oh, best defense, good offense, and this deals extra damage to the Empire, so hopefully it should stand us in good stead. We've just got to make sure not to take too much damage. If you can go and bowl them over, that would be great. Perhaps I should have hung on to that artifact. Oh, I didn't even swap it out for one that we could use. Oh well. On the bright side, this really is going through them like butter. Wow. Try and just avoid every single attack. I'm not even risking parrying. It's a shame we don't also have the shield that could reflect, otherwise we'd really be doing well here. It's nice that it gives that little that little ding to tell us we can use that special ability as well. There we go. That one was easy peasy. So now I guess we've got a good reason to always pick Empire cards. Do we get anything else for it? We get some food, which is good. Which is halved, which is bad. More stirring in the mire. So 5 steel or frost trappers. I think we'll go for the Empire, because, like I say, we've got a weapon that can deal with them very handily now.
Your artifact is empty now, and will be of little use to you here.
That is an excellent point. We should have swapped it out for the... Do we still have the horn? I forget. Ah, well. It's nice that we can use it once per battle, though. It'd be really good to get some use out of it. Yeah, this sword is wonderful for defeating the Empire. Just got to try and stack the deck so that they're the ones we're fighting the most, I think. Excellent, so we get some treasure. We'll see if we can do this without Colbleon's help this time. Not if we're going to roll like that, but as long as we can get... Hey, a 3 or above would have done, but I'll take a 6 any day of the week. So what does this do? Knockdown bomb. So we'll hang on to it, but I think we'll probably swap it out for that magical horn instead. There we go, the Cry of Victory. Ooh, Temple Prayers. Make a donation for a blessing. Wonderful. What does Braggart do? 10 fame until you lose any gambit, then discard it. Nope. Max Vitality. If your max life is less than 150, you may discard food gain or equipment gain cards to receive extra max life. That sounds pretty good. Gold Zealot. 15 life for every gold gain card you receive. That sounds quite good. 2 food after every dice gambit. Food's less useful to us. Then again, that curse that's stopping us getting food is going to be a pain. Beggar's Charm. Gain 20 gold at the beginning of every map if you have less than 20 gold. I think we go with the Gold Zealot. So as soon as we get some gold, we'll get some more life. There we go. Easily make our way out of the swamps. And on to the next area. Out of food though. Which means we are really going to struggle unless we get some more. We get our helmet back though, which is nice. Can you upgrade our suit of armor? It's only leather armor, but you know what? I'll take any upgrades that you can give us. But also, unless this card has food on it, we are just going to die right here.
To survive. Find food if you can.
So you arrive in time to hear Sir Malafau's plan to wipe out the Paupers district. The outbreak began there and we cannot risk sparing their lives. Refuse to kill the Paupers. Traitor. So, again, stacking the deck so we fight Empire soldiers, but with only 5 health, this is going to be particularly tricky, and unless they give us food at the end of it, we're guaranteed to die on the next step anyway. So I think having that...
Today, death will drink deep.
Yeah, whatever. So starting with that curse that removed our food, or rather halved our food gain, was a really, really horrible one to get. Okay, so I guess we're doing so much bonus damage that we managed to stun them. Perfect. Okay, just about. Wow. There we go. That was close, that one. So now we'll get to see whether we can find just enough food that we can eke out another another adventure, or another encounter rather. You spot a peasant woman with a child hiding behind some barrels. You lead them past the wall, past gatekeepers who look pointedly in the other direction. So we get a little bit of fame. Hey, we do get some food. Spoiled goods, so we only get 2. And again. But it's enough that we don't instantly die, which is always good. And hey, we've got a token as well.
You've gathered enough pieces. Now let us see what that has gained you.
So we get something for doing this, even if we're defeated.
They lead to naught but trouble. Were it in my hands, I would never deal with them.
Oh, but goblins are so much fun. Colbleon, you stay here. We're gonna jump through a magical portal and follow a goblin, because of course we are. So another horrible dungeon encounter. But we should be able to get through this if we are quick and clever. So the nice advantage to picking up food here is I don't think it counts as a food gain card. It just counts as you now have the food, so that's quite good. The trick is obviously getting through this without losing any health at all, because if we lose 5 health, we're doomed. And these levels are particularly tricky just because of the way the camera is slightly, terrible and unforgiving. Okay, how are we going to do this? This is going to be a tricky one. So I think we have to wait until as soon as this one's done, like that. Nope. Okay, 8 damage, and we're dead. Oh, that was close. Alright, we are somewhat dead and doomed.
Perhaps different arms would find you faring better, or more skills.
Wow, that's slightly rude. Okay, so we failed this overall quest, but we did pick up some tokens on the way. And hey, what was I saying at the start of this video? We're going to go through some of these multiple times, but we're going to pick different encounters each time, and that's going to, you know, keep things nice and interesting, and we're going to find out some new events along the way. So, we get some extra supplies. We get a crossbow. What? That sounds interesting. We're definitely gonna have to try that with us next time. What does this fused token give us? The Ring of Preparation. Okay, we'll see what that does for us as well. But these ones, unfortunately...
Do not continue to fail me. I have need of your greatest efforts.
We're doing our best, man. Give us a break. Would you like to enable Apprentice mode? Okay, the game is really, really trying to rub it in now. No, what? Don't ask again. I'll be fine. You gave me a quest where we started with 10 health. Of course I'm not going to do it first time. Goodness game. Okay, well, anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode. It was a bit disappointing that we didn't get closer to the end, but, you know, there's always next time. And speaking of next time, I will see you then. Thanks very much for watching.